What separates mentally strong people from everyone else? Is it genetics, upbringing, or natural talent? After studying Navy SEALs, elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and people who've overcome extraordinary adversity, I discovered something that will change how you think about mental strength forever. The mentally strongest people aren't born that way. They've built their mental toughness through 10 specific daily habits that 99% of people never practice. Here's the truth that nobody talks about. Mental strength isn't about being tough all the time or never feeling weak. It's about having practices that build psychological resilience the same way physical exercise builds muscle. Just like your body gets stronger through consistent training, your mind becomes unbreakable through specific mental habits practiced daily. Think about the mentally strongest person you know. They handle stress that would crush others. They bounce back from setbacks that would devastate most people. They maintain composure when everyone around them is panicking. They're not lucky or naturally gifted. They've systematically trained their mind to be resilient through habits most people don't even know exist. I used to crumble under pressure. A single criticism would ruin my day. A minor setback would spiral into depression. Stress would paralyze me. I thought I was just naturally weak-minded, that some people had mental strength and I didn't. I was completely wrong about how mental toughness actually develops. Then I discovered these 10 habits practiced by the mentally strongest people across different fields. When I implemented them, the transformation was dramatic. Within weeks, I noticed myself handling stress differently. Within months, situations that used to overwhelm me barely registered. Within a year, I had become someone I didn't recognize, mentally strong in ways I never imagined possible. The beautiful thing about these 10 habits is they're all trainable. Mental strength isn't a fixed trait you either have or don't have. It's a skill you build through consistent practice. These habits are the exact training program that creates psychological resilience, emotional stability, and unshakable mental toughness. But here's what most people get wrong about building mental strength. They think it requires suffering through hardship or forcing yourself to be tough. It doesn't. True mental strength comes from specific practices that rewire how your brain responds to adversity, stress, and challenge. You're not trying to be tougher, you're training your mind to naturally be resilient. Some of these habits will surprise you because they involve practices that seem counterintuitive for building toughness. But that's exactly why they work. Mental strength isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending difficulties don't affect you. It's about processing challenges in ways that make you stronger rather than breaking you down. The difference between mentally strong people and everyone else isn't that they face fewer challenges. They face the same difficulties as everyone else. They've just trained their minds to respond to those difficulties in ways that build strength rather than create weakness. If you're ready to become mentally stronger than 99% of people, if you want to handle anything life throws at you with resilience and composure, subscribe right now because these 10 habits will forge unbreakable mental toughness. Habit 1. The discomfort-seeking practice. The first habit that creates exceptional mental strength is deliberately seeking small discomforts daily. Mentally strong people don't just tolerate discomfort, they actively practice it. Cold showers, difficult workouts, uncomfortable conversations, challenging tasks they'd rather avoid. They understand that mental strength is built at the edge of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a prison that keeps you weak. Every time you avoid discomfort, you reinforce the message that you can't handle hard things. Every time you lean into discomfort voluntarily, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you think. This isn't about being reckless or suffering unnecessarily. It's about strategic exposure to manageable discomfort that expands your capacity. Take cold showers for 2 minutes. Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Do the task that makes you anxious. Each small victory over discomfort builds mental strength. David was terrified of conflict and would avoid any uncomfortable conversation. He started practicing small discomforts, cold showers, asking for discounts, speaking up in meetings. Within 3 months, his mental resilience transformed. The difficult conversation he'd been dreading for months became easy because he'd been training his discomfort tolerance daily. Habit 2. The negative visualization exercise. The second habit is practicing negative visualization, a Stoic technique where you regularly imagine worst-case scenarios and mentally rehearse handling them. This sounds pessimistic, but it's actually one of the most powerful mental strength builders. When you visualize challenges before they happen, you remove the element of shock that paralyzes most people. You've already mentally prepared for difficulty, so when it arrives, you're ready instead of reactive. You've trained your mind to see obstacles as expected parts of life rather than catastrophic surprises. Spend 5 minutes daily imagining potential challenges and how you'd handle them. What if you lost your job? What if this relationship ended? What if this project failed? Then visualize yourself handling it with strength and resilience. This mental rehearsal creates neural pathways for resilient responses. Habit 3. The failure reframe protocol. The third habit is immediately reframing every failure as data and feedback. Mentally strong people don't internalize failure as evidence of inadequacy. They view it as information about what doesn't work and what to try next. When something goes wrong, most people spiral into self-criticism or give up entirely. Mentally strong people ask different questions. What did I learn? What will I do differently next time? How does this make me stronger? This reframe transforms failure from something that breaks you into something that builds you. Sarah failed at launching her first business. Instead of seeing herself as a failure, she reframed it. I learned what doesn't work. I discovered my resilience. I'm now experienced instead of inexperienced. She launched a second business that succeeded because her first failure had made her mentally stronger through proper reframing. Habit 4. The emotional processing system. The fourth habit is having a system for processing difficult emotions instead of suppressing or being controlled by them. Mentally strong people feel their emotions fully, but don't let emotions dictate their actions. They have practices for processing emotional intensity in healthy ways. This might be journaling, talking with trusted people, physical exercise, or meditation. The specific method matters less than having a consistent practice. When difficult emotions arise, they're processed and released, rather than suppressed or allowed to control behavior. Most people either suppress emotions, which creates internal weakness, or act on emotions impulsively, which creates external problems. Mentally strong people feel fully, process effectively, and act strategically. This emotional intelligence is a cornerstone of mental strength. Habit 5. The control-focused discipline. The fifth habit is obsessive focus on what you can control and complete disregard for what you can't. Mentally strong people don't waste mental energy on things outside their influence. They identify what's in their control and pour all their energy there. You can't control what others think, say, or do. You can't control outcomes. You can't control past events. Mentally weak people exhaust themselves trying to control the uncontrollable. Mentally strong people accept what's outside their control and focus exclusively on their own thoughts, actions, and responses. When faced with any situation, ask, what part of this can I control? Then focus 100% of your energy there. Everything else gets acknowledged and released. This practice conserves mental energy for what matters and eliminates the weakness that comes from fighting reality. Habit 6. The hard truth practice. The sixth habit is regularly facing hard truths about yourself, your situation, and reality without sugarcoating or avoidance. Mentally strong people don't lie to themselves. They confront uncomfortable realities directly because denial creates weakness while truth creates strength. This means acknowledging when you're wrong, admitting your role in problems, and facing facts you'd rather ignore. It's uncomfortable, but mental strength is built on truth, not comfortable delusions. The more honest you are with yourself, the stronger your mental foundation. Michael avoided looking at his finances because the truth was uncomfortable. When he finally faced the hard truth, it was painful but liberating. He could now address the reality instead of being controlled by anxiety about the unknown. Facing truth made him stronger than avoidance ever could. Habit 7. The gratitude armor. The seventh habit is building what I call gratitude armor through daily appreciation practice. This isn't feel-good positivity, it's strategic mental fortification. When you regularly acknowledge what's working, you build psychological resilience that protects you during difficult times. Mentally strong people maintain perspective. They can face challenges while still recognizing what's good in their lives. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about maintaining balance that prevents challenges from seeming overwhelming. Daily gratitude practice creates this armor. Write 3 specific things you're grateful for every evening. During difficult times, this practice prevents you from catastrophizing and maintains the mental balance that creates strength. Habit 8. The physical foundation. The 8th habit recognizes that mental strength requires physical strength. Your mind and body are inseparable. Mentally strong people maintain physical fitness, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep because they understand these are foundations of psychological resilience. When your body is strong, healthy, and well-rested, your mind has the resources for resilience. When your body is weak, sick, or exhausted, mental strength becomes nearly impossible. Regular exercise, nutritious food, and quality sleep aren't optional for mental toughness. They're essential. Train your body at least 3 times weekly. Fuel it with real food. Give it 7-8 hours of sleep. Your mental strength is built on this physical foundation. Elite performers in any field understand this connection and treat physical health as mental training. Habit 9. The social boundary system. The 9th habit is maintaining strict boundaries with negative people and toxic environments. Mentally strong people are extremely selective about who gets access to their mental space. They distance themselves from chronic complainers, drama creators, and energy vampires. Your mental strength is influenced by the 5 people you spend most time with. If those people are negative, weak, or toxic, they'll drain your resilience. Mentally strong people surround themselves with other strong people who elevate rather than deplete. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about protecting your mental health. You can't maintain strength while constantly absorbing negativity from others. Create firm boundaries with draining people and cultivate relationships with those who strengthen you. Habit 10. The progress tracking ritual. The 10th habit is systematically tracking your growth and progress. Mentally strong people maintain evidence of their resilience and capability by documenting challenges they've overcome and growth they've achieved. Keep a strength journal where you record difficult situations you handled, challenges you overcame, and moments you demonstrated resilience. When future challenges arise, you have concrete evidence that you're capable of handling hard things. This evidence-based confidence creates unshakable mental strength. Review this journal during difficult times. Remind yourself, I've handled hard things before. I have proof I'm resilient. This challenge will make me stronger like all the others did. This isn't false confidence. It's evidence-based mental fortitude. The transformation these 10 habits create is extraordinary. Before implementing them, most people crumble under pressure, avoid difficult situations, and feel mentally fragile. They're controlled by emotions, circumstances, and other people. They feel weak because they haven't trained strength. After 6 months of these habits, you become mentally unbreakable. You handle stress that would destroy others. You bounce back from setbacks rapidly. You maintain composure in chaos. You face hard truths without flinching. Most importantly, you trust yourself to handle whatever comes because you've built genuine, tested mental strength. Start with discomfort seeking. Choose one small daily discomfort. Cold showers, difficult tasks, uncomfortable conversations. Build from there. Write in the comments which habit you're starting with. If this revealed the path to exceptional mental strength, subscribe and share it. These 10 habits aren't about being tough. They're about building genuine psychological resilience through daily practice. Your mental strength training starts today.